1 week after the race of Finland, the EnduroGP takes place at Enköping in Sweden for the second time in history. This GP will close the Scandinavian Tour and begin the home stretch to discover the new world champions. Starting the 5th of 8 Grand Prix held this season, riders are entering into the second half of the season. They face different conditions, a little rainy on Saturday for round 1 and wet on day 2. After recovering some good speed in Finland, Frenchman Matthias Bellino is now in a mess with an old knee injury. This Swedish Grand Prix remains another tough weekend for the Frenchman. Some crashes, he finishes 9th overall on both days. At the beginning of the GP, Eero Remes had as many points as Matthew Phillips in the championship. The Finnish rider, normally quite comfortable with these weather conditions, but the second half of Saturday he went down in the second enduro test and winded himself on the handlebars of TM, meaning he ended the day 3rd. On day 2 the Finnish rider was off the podium, having another bad day with 2 more crashes, losing more than 40 seconds between the cross test and the enduro test. As usual, the young gun Nathan Watson had a slow start on day 1 and therefore missed the podium due to a crash in the second cross test where he was stuck under his bike. The KTM boy finished the stage in 30th position, 40 seconds behind the leader, but had an amazing comeback from 7th to 4th. On day 2, he pushed hard and made a scratch on stage 8, winning that stage, the enduro test. It's a 4th place overall for him, and he beats Eero Remes in the 250cc 4-stroke category. Matthew Phillips suffered from a crash on day 1 in the first enduro test and broke a footrest. The Australian from Sherco managed with all of these issues to still claim second position in EnduroGP and take the gold plate back from Eero Remes. On Sunday for round 2 he felt a little tired and couldn't be at 100% for the first stage. He woke up for the last 3 stages to fight for the lead and come back from an 11-second gap to just 3 seconds by the end. It was British rider Steve Holcomb who was the man of the weekend. He won the first round with the largest gap of the season, a minute. Pushing hard from the first to the last stage, the Briton showed how fast he can be in tricky conditions. The second day looked harder from Holcomb. He had an impressive race, even crashing twice in the last enduro test, which was his weakest point. But after the largest gap of the season, he won stage 2 with the smallest. But it was his 4th win of the season.
Pretty intense. I sort of feel like I've kept pushing the limits this weekend of my own limit.
Finishing the Scandinavian Tour, Matthew Phillips now takes back the championship lead, 8 points over Eero Remes. Steve Holcomb moved up to 3rd position, but he'll be frustrated with his nil points in Finland, now 21 points off Phillips from the lead.